Welcome to In the Studio on Davis Media Access. I'm Tim Gaffaney. In June of 1984, that's 40 years ago, Steve and Jan Isaacson launched the Davis Musical Theater Company with a production of Peter Pan. Since then, DMTC has worked tirelessly to, in their own words, conserve the classic American musical art form through both a main stage and a young performers theater. To tell us more about this Davis treasure, we have Steve Isaacson, who continues to serve with Jan as co producer. Welcome, Steve, and congratulations on 40 years.
Thank you, Tim. We're very excited to be alive after this long and to have the theater still going. We're in our own facility. We've sent about 40 plus kids to Broadway and professional theater. One got nominated for a Tony Award back in 2001. We just love the legacy of training kids and sending them on to go do great things.
Okay. Well, I got a whole interview script here, Steve. So don't give me everything right up front. Okay. And I did want to get to that. That's an important part of your success. But let's go back 40 years ago. How did this all get started back in 1984?
Well, I had hair back then and it was dark. Jan woke me up one night and said, "We're starting a theater tomorrow." She was getting her degree from Sac State in theater management. And we started the theater. We were involved in Davis Comic Opera and Davis Players, and just loved doing theater. I did theater in high school, and she did theater in high school. And then let's see. So we just decided to start it one day, and I had a large commission check coming from my sales position, and I could have either continued it uh, by writing musicals or start a theater. And I'm glad I decided on the latter and start the theater because it has been hopefully something that people enjoy doing. And it keeps me off the streets at night.
And another important contribution to the community here in Davis. Um,
Having
so,
me off the
I,
streets at night. Yeah.
exactly, absolutely. So, other than the fact that you're still alive after these 40 years, what has kept you going after that initial push? What has kept you going for 40
Uh,
years?
the love of doing theater, the love of creating theater, the community aspect of theater, the the just working together as a team has just really been the most enjoyable part. Seeing having a parent come up and say, "My child was so withdrawn. Thank you so much for helping open him or her up and making them relaxed in working with people, being part of a family."
So, it seems to me that the secret sauce here really is the dedication by you and Jan, and responding to those sorts of features of this whole exercise. Can you also say something about the role that the community of Davis has played in sustaining the
Wait,
theater?
not only me and Jen, an incredible board of directors, a
Okay.
tireless working young performers committee, and everyone from front of house to backstage. Gene Henderson, who we've named the theater after, is still tirelessly at 1 years old. She is still making costumes, still driving all over Northern California to get costumes, and just puts in countless hours. So it's not just us; it's everyone involved in the theater. What was that question you asked? Because I rambled on.
So thank you for elaborating on that. And then the other part of that is the Davis community at large. What sort of contribution has it made to the success of the theater of these 40
Um,
years?
our audience is made up of about 40 to 41% of people from Davis. The rest of it is Sacramento, Woodland, Winters, the whole surrounding area. The Davis community has helped us by supporting us and seeing shows. I get so many people saying, I have, I cleaned out my mother's house, and can you use 10 fur coats and 45 dresses from the 1940s era? An example like that. And our costume shop goes from up here to the back of the building, and it's about 1,700 square feet, 17 feet high, packed with costumes that Jean Henderson has organized. She could find anything. And then our young performers costumer, Monica Reeves, who also, she's a elementary school teacher in West Sac, and she just works and works and works and is helping Jean with Little Mermaid, doing costumes for Tom Sawyer, which is our next show. So we have these are people all part of the Davis community, and these are people that have helped us many, many, many years. Hopefully, many years to come.
That's great. And I'm just blown away by that figure. You said 1,700 square feet of costumes. That's almost the size of my house, and that's a lot of space.
Well, it
Okay,
has a vacuum cleaner, but no bathroom upstairs.
okay. So at a moment like this, these big, important anniversaries, some people will occasionally look back and reflect on some of those. I can't believe we did that, or I can't believe we pulled that off moment. Is there anything from those first couple of seasons that you look back on and just can't believe you did it?
It, yeah, Sweeney Todd in our first season, that I can't believe that we attempted and pulled it off. And that back when there were still the Ellie Awards, we won Best Show for Sweeney Todd, which just totally blew me away. Um, the Ellies from Sacramento Regional Theater Alliance are no more, but we did win several best shows over the years. Plus, Jan and I received the lifetime achievement in theater for in back in 2017 from SARTA. So just pulling off seasons. Oh, here's something people don't know or remember. We used to do 8 musicals a year, 6 weeks each. You can do the math on that one.
Yeah. Oh
We
man.
kept the
Well,
same set and quickly repainted it.
well, speaking of the numbers, you mentioned up front the number of young performers who've gone on to professional careers. What are some of the other figures? How many shows over the 40 years? How many performers have moved across the stage?
We have a database online that is maintained by Megan Richmond, who is a computer program. Her and her husband Andy designed our website, and they. By the way, I'm enjoying the pictures that I picked out that you're showing across there. They organized everything into about a 27,000 name database. Now, of course, a lot of them are repeats, but it's still if you sign up for an account, then you can search any show. We were during the pandemic going to uh, click where people can watch full shows. That didn't work the way we wanted, so we didn't do that.
Okay.
But that's where we are.
Well, impressive numbers, impressive numbers. Um, so, can you tell us something about over this 40-year history? You mentioned the size of the dressing room, or the costume shop, which I then commented on. I think, which is probably one example of something I'm about to ask about. What are some of the real red letter dates over that 40-year period? you're in your own space now. Uh, Give me some of those sorts of pieces of the history where you really, stepped up your game over the 40 years.
Well, in 2019 to now, we have got every single production underwritten. And as treasurer of the company, that's about $30,000 to $40,000 I don't have to take out of the treasury. The good things is having your own space. However, we have a $14,000 a month rent. And now that PG&E, yes, I'm calling out PG&E, has gloriously become the most expensive utility company, I think, in the country. Um, our electric bill has doubled. We get an average electric bill, which used to be about $1,500. Now, where our electric bill is about $3,100 on average. It's ridiculous. So I don't know what we're going to do about that, but for somehow we're making it. Um, the donations we get are absolutely wonderful. Big Day of Giving helps immensely. The what was I going to say? The it caught me when I'm old, so I can't remember. What was you saying again, and where was I? I think the train left the station because it's off the track.
Yeah, well, we're just talking about some of those moments
Oh,
along the
red
way
letter
that
days.
really,
Right, red letter
yeah.
days. Okay, now I remember. So getting all the shows underwritten, that was a major, major hurdle we had to get over. Shows like Mamma Mia made a $41,000 profit, our biggest profit making show ever. And then we just did Fiddler on, there you go, right on the screen, Fiddler on the Roof. That is number two all time. It made a $40,600 profit. Shows like that, I mean, that's just about $500 below Mamma Mia. And we're unfortunately have to raise our prices by $2 a ticket starting for the 40th season. So we have been the lowest price ticket of any community theater, and we were at 18 and 16 plus a $2 facility fee. We're going to 20 and 18 plus a $2 facility per ticket. So we're still keeping the prices uh, very, very affordable. It's I haven't been to the movies in like 5 years, so I have no idea what the price of a movie is these days. So, I mean, oh, the community. Wait, wait, wait. Okay, see the shirt I'm wearing, Gypsy? On the bottom, it says at the Gene Henderson Performing Arts Center and University Covenant Church. Yes, we did Gypsy at University Covenant Church in November of 2019 when the roof collapsed in the back of the building. We were we were at rehearsal, but it really didn't affect us. But they had to evacuate the building, so we were out for a month, and they were nice enough at no charge to let us rehearse. Also, I believe it's the Lutheran Church on Oak and Covell up there. They also let us rehearse at no charge. So
Right.
there is something the community just stepped up and allowed us to continue. And
Yeah.
it was quite interesting doing Gypsy in a church, a show about the burlesque queen in a church.
Well, maybe only in Davis, huh? Well,
The
so
underwriter of that show said to me, till the day I die, I will never forget the sight of Gypsy Rose Lee stripping under a crucifix.
well, we've seen some photos of the shows over the years as you've been talking, and you've mentioned a few yourself. How do you go about selecting a season of shows?
We have committees. It is not just whatever I want or whatever Jan wants. We have an artistic committee. We sit down, we discuss shows in the past. We can't have a show within 5 years. Otherwise, season ticket holders aren't going to renew their tickets. Then I happen to be friends with a lot of the presidents of the royalty companies back in New York. And so they'll let me know, and don't even try to pick that one. It's going on tour. You're not going to get the rights. And then we pick a season, and then 2 or 3 shows can't be done. We have to pick our alternates. Then we put it in the correct order and make a season. Like for the 40th, Jekyll and Hyde, My Fair Lady, a show I can't tell you about on January 2025 until July 1st. But if you drive a car on a road, avenue, or boulevard, the other alternative is, and the answer to everything in the universe is, put those two together and you have the show. Young Frankenstein after that, Sister Act, and then Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Great. Well, thank you. And I was going to ask you about the 40th anniversary season. You didn't want to save that for the 42nd season. Let me ask you this. Are you willing to go on record? I know you love them all, but are you willing to go on record and name your top 3 shows for the last 40 years?
Top 3 shows, my favorites. Sweetie Todd, I have a very macabre sense of humor. Fiddler on the Roof, which I pretty much think is a story of my family coming over from Ukraine. And then Les Mis, because I like bread. Stole a loaf of bread.
So what's up for the next 40 years?
Well, we have a lease until the year 2051. I'm not sure I'll still be here by then, but maybe when I finally go to that great stage in the sky, they're either going to cremate me or stuff me, so I'll be there in the lobby like this. Kids could come and take pictures, and I'll go boop. Or if I'm cremated, just put me in the pit.
All right. Well, I've been speaking not with the stuffed nor cremated version, but the real live version of Steve Isaacson, co-founder and co-producer, along with his wife, Jan, of the Davis Musical Theater Company. For more information on DMTC and its upcoming season, you can go to dmtc.org. Steve, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
And thank all of you out there for joining us. I'm Tim Gaffaney, and you've been watching In the Studio on Davis Media Access.